So we're with manager Brad Cooke following the 2-0 defeat away at Bamber Bridge. Brad, a frustrating afternoon really, isn't it?
Yeah, beaten by the better side today. No complaints at all. We often puffed, certainly in the second half, and I thought back end of the first half we did, but they had a little bit more. Well, they had a lot more quality than us on the day. On the ball today, we were poor. We were really poor, and that's what's cost us. It's cost us for the first goal on the edge of our box. We give the ball away. I said it in my interview when we got beat at home with Sinclair Smith. He's got that in his locker. Well, we've seen it again there. 2 identical goals, basically, the home and away today. And that's come from us giving the ball away on the edge of our box. And then second half, exactly the same. Controlled possession. Actually, we're on the counter-attack. Give the ball away sloppily. And then it's 2-0 and it's good night, she wrote there after 50 minutes. We often puffed. You know, there was a couple of decent chances to get back in the game, but ultimately I've got no complaints with the result at all.
We obviously last weekend we great victory at home against Mars 2-0. Coming here, it's ended in defeat. What for you has been the big difference between those two performances?
Just like I say, quality at the end of the day. I think today, you know, they were just better than us. I thought last week we were better than Marsk, and today Bamber Bridge are better than us. And listen, the league table reflects that. They're a good side. They move the ball really well. The frustrating thing for me is I don't think they carved us open really. Everything that, you know, when we was in our shape behind the ball, I thought we looked really comfortable. But when we were turning the ball over in central areas, wide areas, you know, not sticking up front or wherever that may be, that's when we looked vulnerable, and that's the difference against teams that have got an abundance of quality like what they've got. You have to look after the ball, and we haven't today, and we've been punished because of that.
A slight positive coming out of the afternoon is Scott Sefton now. Anybody who knows, he's been out nearly for almost a year really, hasn't he? He's been working incredibly hard, both at us and then on loan at Pilkington. How good is it to see him back on the pitch?
Yeah, it's brilliant. You know, I'm really pleased to see. You know, and that's, you've got to put football into perspective at times, and you can't get too low when you lose football games, especially at Atherton Colls. You can't, because we're punching above our weight every single week. But when you see moments like that, Scott coming back onto the pitch, I stand there and it makes me fills me with pride. It does, because he's the ultimate professional. You know, I'm in there doing the kit before the game. Scott Sefton's the first player to walk in.